the season isn't over, my friends. It is the beginning of October, meaning the playoffs are upon us, and it is playoff prediction time. And this year, we spell redemption B-E-N. Because last year, you weren't on the show.
Yeah.
I went over in my playoff prediction.
Oh, all of them?
Every single one was wrong.
Oof.
So bet against me this year, my friends. I dare you.
Oh,
because you know what happened last year?
What?
It was my first year in the media industry, and I got a little too cute with things. My preseason prediction last year was Braves beat the Astros in the World Series.
Go with your gut.
Why did I go away from that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay.
This year.
Let's go.
I have my playoff bracket put together, and Alex does as well. So we will go over both of them series by series, round by round. Let's start. Where do we want to start? Where are we starting? All right. We are starting in the top left with the Cleveland Guardians and the Tampa Bay Rays. Here, I'm going to take the Rays. The Rays have that playoff experience. They really haven't been healthy all year long. So they have a lot of their guys back. Tyler Glasnow is back. The 1-2 punch, Shane McClanahan and Tyler Glasnow will do wonders. The Guardians are the youngest team in the playoffs. So will the moment be a little too big for them? I don't know. But still, shout out to the Guardians for the year they had. This is no discredit to them. I just think the Rays can get it done on the road. Next up, Blue Jays against the Mariners. I really like the Mariners team. For me, this is about the series being in Toronto. I am going to take the Blue Jays. I think they get it done being at home. I think the Mariners match up really well with a lot of teams in the playoffs, but I don't think it's the Blue Jays, and I don't think it being on the road helps them at all. I think the Blue Jays are able to get this done in Toronto. The highest batting average of a team, of everybody. I think the Blue Jays slug their way to a series victory. Cardinals Phillies is the next series. Phillies at the Cardinals. I'm going to say the Cardinals get it done here. Magic is happening this season with them.
Yep.
2 MVPs. Corner infielders are 2 MVP caliber players. And then the greatest farewell tour of all time, Albert Pujols, and then Adam Wainwright, Yadi Molina. There's just something going on there in St. Louis, and you do not want to get in the way of that. I also really like the team and the way they match up with the Phillies, so I am taking the Cardinals there. On to this matchup. This is my favorite. This is my favorite matchup of the wild card round. Padres at the Mets. The winner here for me, I am selecting the New York Mets to move on, but it is not an easy pick here. The Mets are one of the best teams in baseball all year long, top 5 in my power rankings all year long, but this matchup isn't great. You have a 3-game matchup with the Padres, who are going to throw Yu Darvish and Blake Snell and Joe Musgrove. Darvish and Snell have been fantastic lately. So the reason I'm picking this, if this was at a neutral site, Alex, I might be picking the Padres.
Whoa.
But it is in New York.
Okay.
I like the Mets to get it done in New York. The fans there will turn out in full force. The Mets are a really good team. I'm going to take the Mets here. All right, let's go back over to the American League side. Rays at Yankees is the matchup I have here. The 6 seed at the 2 seed. I'm going to take the Yankees here. The Yankees are getting hot at the right time. They were the hottest team ever for a while, then the coldest team in Yankee history for a while, and then they got really good. Yeah, they are dramatic, but they are a force to be reckoned with here in October. So I think the Yankees can get it done. Just another little note here. I've mentioned it a few times. We need reseeding in Major League Baseball playoffs, specifically for this reason. I think the lowest remaining seed should be playing the highest remaining seed. So I really love the playoff structure this year. I think Major League Baseball did a great job. I think reseeding should be a thing. For example, if the 6 seed beats the 3 seed, the Rays should be playing the Astros, not the hot Blue Jays or the hot Mariners, whoever it may be. So I would like to see reseeding going forward. That's not what we're seeing this year. I have the Yankees over the Rays. The other matchup in the American League Division Series is the Houston Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't think this is going to be an easy series, but I do believe the Astros are the better team, and I think it goes 4 or 5 games. I don't think we're talking about a sweep here, but I think the Astros get it done. So we're looking at an Astros-Yankees ALCS. Let's head on over to the National League side and figure out our CS.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves versus the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm taking the Braves here.
Okay.
I think the Braves advance. But the one thing that worries me, it's not the team matchup on the field. It's that magic I mentioned. You never want to get in the way of it. But the Braves having home field advantage. The Braves have been the best team in baseball since the beginning of June, which is remarkable. So I'm going to take the Braves here to advance to the NLCS for the second year in a row. This series. I'm excited about this.
That whole little corner is
This
gonna be
corner
great.
is
It's gonna
just
be so
beautiful.
great. Yeah.
Mets at Dodgers for this series to start because the Dodgers are the higher seed. I'm going to take the Dodgers here. Now, I'm taking the Dodgers because, now I would have, if the Mets ended up winning the National League East and the Mets matched up with the Dodgers, I was really thinking about taking the Dodgers or the Mets.
Yeah.
The reason I am taking the Mets here is because they will have to use their horses in that series to beat the Padres.
Yep.
Now, I have a suggestion for the New York Mets.
Whoa.
Against the Padres, if you win game 1 with Max Scherzer on the mound, you win game 1. Game 2, throw Chris Bassett. Okay? Then you have Jacob deGrom if needed for a game 3. Chris Bassett, all-star last year. He's great. Throw Chris Bassett in game 2. So then if you win, you have Jacob deGrom for game 1 against the Mets. If you lose, you have him for a game 3.
Okay.
I think that's the direction they should go. You should never play to, we're going to win the series. But it's a little different with this Mets rotation. Again, I'm going to take the Dodgers here because the rotation won't line up with deGrom and Scherzer to throw 1 and 2.
Yep.
And I think the Dodgers just wear them down and win that series. So we're looking at Astros, Yankees, Braves, Dodgers. This is the matchups that we are going to get. Whether it's this or others, we're getting great matchups this postseason. So let's go over to the American League side for me. Houston Astros against the New York Yankees. The Astros dominated the Yankees when they played them this year. The Yankees never came to the plate with a lead against the Houston Astros this year. They ended up winning a couple games on a walk-off home run, but the Astros dominated those series. The Houston Astros are the best team in the American League. They have the best pitching rotation. They have the best bullpen. The Astros are a great team. I do believe the Astros can get it done. They'll have home field advantage. So I think the pitching of the Astros can shut down the Yankees' hot offense, and I think the Astros' pitching is better top to bottom than the New York Yankees is. So for that reason, I have the Astros going back to the World Series. Over on the National League side, a rematch.
Ooh.
Again.
Whoa.
Atlanta Braves against the Dodgers. This is the rematch.
Yep, I know.
This is the rematch.
I know.
I'm not my prediction yet.
I know.
The rematch here, this would be 3 years in a row, correct? Braves, Dodgers, and the NLCS 3 years in a row. What a series this continues to be. It was great the first year. Braves had a 3-1 lead. Dodgers end up coming back, getting to the World Series. Then last year, Braves, guess what? 3-1 lead. It looks like, oh no, it's going to happen again. Nope, the Braves got over that hump, end up winning the series. I believe that can happen again.
Okay.
I believe the Braves got over that mental hump of having to beat the Dodgers, and I think they can get back to the World Series. The Braves, since the beginning of June, okay, the best team in baseball, better than the Dodgers, okay? And the Dodgers are, look, there's no doubt the Dodgers are great. But I just think this series, Dodgers-Mets, is going to be a dogfight. I think the Braves can handle the Cardinals, set up their rotation how they want, and then I think we just are set up for an absolute clash between two of the best teams in baseball. And I think the Atlanta Braves can get it done again. And we are looking at a rematch of the Houston Astros against the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. So let me add here, I am again going against my preseason prediction of Atlanta Braves against the Toronto Blue Jays. That was my preseason prediction.
Okay.
Both teams are in the playoffs. Both teams playing hot. I just think the Astros can take down the Blue Jays and are the clear best team in the American League. Now, we will see.
Yep.
World Series time. Houston Astros being the 1 seed will have home field advantage throughout. The Atlanta Braves are great. The rematch from last year, but I think the result is different. My World Series champion is the Houston Astros. I think you look at their rotation, it's the best. Their pitching staff from starter number 1 to the closer is the best in baseball. Okay, you have a great rotation set up with Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers, and then you have Luis Garcia, so many guys. But then the bullpen was by far the best bullpen in baseball this year in terms of team ERA. Unbelievable. And back into the bullpen, Ryan Presley is really good. That offense, they just turn it on in October. They have the playoff experience like nobody else, maybe other than the Dodgers. Those two teams have the most experience in these playoffs. But I do think the Astros get it done this year, and they have the easiest, I don't want to say easiest, but the Dodgers have a very difficult path to the World Series. You have to beat both NL East teams. I think they get tripped up by one of them, and then the Astros can take down the Braves in the World Series this year.
Very, very interesting.
All right, I'm
also
excited.
Also not shocked that you have the Astros winning.
Let me just, and you can vouch, I do not do homer picks. That's out of my, I'm not doing that. I'm not picking the Astros because I want my brother to win a World Series ring. Would I want Justin to win a World Series ring? Of course I do. But last year I had them losing in the first round to the White Sox. That didn't work out very well. Don't bet against the Houston Astros in the playoffs. It's just not a smart thing to do. The team's built for October, and I think they get it done.
All right.
I'm excited to see you. I don't know what your picks are. Yeah,
no?
I don't.
I know. I didn't send them to you.
Yeah.
I was hoping. We're pretty similar in the very beginning. So let's start in the American League. The Rays and the Guardians, I am also taking Tampa Bay. They have the experience. They have the pitching. I think when it comes down to it, they're going to be more ready for the opportunity. They're going to get it done.
Okay. Moving
down to Seattle and the Blue Jays. Now, this was probably, I sat with this one back and forth for about 15, 20 minutes. I want to believe that Seattle can take this one, just coming off such a high, ending that playoff drought. But also, the Blue Jays just have more of a complete package. They have home field advantage.
That's big.
With my gut, I'm just going with the Blue Jays. All right, moving over to the National League side. I'm also going with St. Louis here because they have the it factor. They have that special spark, and it's getting even better as they're heading into the postseason. So they're getting hot at the right time. They have 2 potential MVP candidates, the greatest farewell tour with Albert Pujols of all time. Phillies, they were slightly hanging on. They were just like barely hanging on.
They limped into the playoffs.
They're like, here we are. We made it. So, yeah, I think St. Louis is going to take that one easy. And then down to my favorite square. These are probably my 3 favorite teams in the postseason. So it's like, can't we all win? No, we can't. But I'm going to take the Mets. I think they're going to be angry. They're going to have a lot of animosity built up for losing the NL East, having the lead for almost the entire season until that last series, plus a day during the season.
Yeah.
I think the Mets are going to take it there. Heading back over to the American League. I'm going to take the Yankees.
Yeah.
They're heating up at the right time. Aaron Judge is unstoppable at this point, and I think they're just going to ride it all the way through in the postseason.
Oh, all the way through. Is that a
little foreshadowing?
Whoa,
little foreshadowing. Okay. All right, let's head down. We're taking the Astros. They're the best team in the American League. They are built for the postseason. They're going to be rested. They're going to be ready. They have your brother. It's going to be that. I feel like that's going to be an easy one for them.
Yeah.
They're going to be waiting for this. Moving back over to the National League. I am taking the Braves. Also heating up at the perfect time. The champs look like the champs again, and that is good news for nobody except for them. They're going to be ready. They earned that bye. They're going to be rested, and they're going to be dangerous. Moving down to Dodgers and Mets. I'm taking LA. They're the best team in baseball, and it's my hometown team. I need them to win. I want them to win. Please, Dodgers, please. This is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a great pitching duel. But whatever the lineup and order is we get from the Mets and what they put out against the Padres, really excited for that whole bottom section. Okay, heading back over to the American League side.
This matchup's so great.
It's so good. and I'm taking the Yankees. This is where we differ. We're different from here on out.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
You said last time that you believed the Astros were the best team in the American League. So what goes into your thought process here?
How hot the Yankees have been towards the end of the season. They've already hit their low. They were high. They hit their low. They don't want to go back. They came back up. And they have Aaron Judge, who is just unstoppable right now, just a force to be reckoned with. I just think they have something going towards the end of the season that's going to be hard to stop.
Fair. I just hope this goes 7 games.
It will.
I do.
These kind of series, I also think Braves and Dodgers might go 6 or 7 games as well.
Okay.
But I am taking the Dodgers here. They need redemption. Redemption after losing to the Braves last season in this exact same location. They're ready to get back to the World Series. Come on, LA. We're going to do this. And that leads us to the most epic, historic matchup, the Yankees and the Dodgers. This goes back a long, long time, deep. This would be iconic, this matchup. And then the Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
Shocker.
There you have it.
This is less shocking than you.
You have it. Let's go, Doyers.
All right.
Right?
There's your playoff bracket. I think I'm going to go over here to mine.
See ya.
We have both of our brackets up. So our first round, we have the same.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Yep.
Great minds think alike. We differ a little bit to get to the CS and then our champions. But either way you shape it, we're due for some fantastic matchups throughout.
Right around here.
So playoffs are starting Friday. We get 4 games on Friday. I am so excited. All 4 of these games are happening. And remember, all 3 games are taking place at the site of the higher seed, which is important here. So let us know what you think about our brackets. I went 0 for last year. I am not going 0 for this year.